Okay, this update's gonna be a little quicker than the other ones. Been busy doing other nonsense. Oh no, which save file is it? Oh no. Oh no. It's this one. Okay. Run away! Run away! Alright, I'm gonna pause it so they don't yell at me the whole time. Anyway. Was kind of busy the last couple weeks. This is the video game release season, and I am a shocking fan of video games. So I was playing through like Plague Tale and Scorn, and Scorn in particular gave me some ideas for the game. That's why I like playing a lot of different survival horror games. Anyway, so a little light on updates, but we do have the tile set. Ignore the zombies that are very loud. I'll probably change them, they're too loud. But this is the new tile set for the mansion. Totally implemented. Hold on, I gotta run away. All these guys have different behaviors. Stop running weird. Okay, go this way. Get to the second floor. I don't think I changed these guys yet. Yeah, they're still on their route. This is what the second floor looks like. Now, I am gonna change some of this tile set because there are a few missing features and weird like railings that are missing that I'm gonna either make myself or message the guy who did it. Because like right here, there's a missing railing. I don't know why, like, it's weird. That way's missing, that way's not missing. Who knows what's going on? Anyway, so the other main thing, and a bunch of these rooms have been redone. Let's see if I can scurry away before I go over what's going on here. And I want to redo the doors too. They're moaning so much, which is a weird sentence, because there's so many of them, and they're all trying to make that same sound. So obviously you can see like things aren't quite implemented yet, but I was waiting for the tile set to be officially done and not just kind of done. Let's go back here. So let's go over the enemies. The one on the left, which I think I was working on at the end of last month, the one on the far left there, he is going to go randomly and kind of pick a direction, go that way a couple times, and pick another direction until he gets close. And once he gets close to me, or once I get too close to him, he beelines to me. And by beeline, I mean he goes kind of slow towards me. The enemy, this is the test room now for the enemies. Normally they would be in a much larger room. But see, now he's coming after me, and then if I get too far away, he just kind of goes back to doing whatever the hell he was doing. See, he's going away from me now. This guy right here, not the plant, this guy right here goes back and forth, and so I can have a weird little march for them. This guy's gonna still try and get me. Oh, marching guy's getting screwed up with the with the other guy. But he goes back and forth. And that I'm going to use probably for something that might hide on the walls and go back and forth. And you kind of have to navigate that. The middle, this guy right here, he's the one making that roar sound, which is going to change to a different sound. But essentially, if you're moving, when he does that, he makes that sound and then charges towards you. So it's more like an echolocation sound. Because now if I just stay still, he's going to go some random direction. Whereas if I am moving, he sees me. And he's going towards me. The other guy next to him that he just hit his face on. And that's the other thing too. This room, most of the rooms are much smaller than this, which makes the enemies not trivial to walk around. But not too difficult, hopefully. This other guy is actually within an area. He is... Oh, wrong button. He is with... I've figured out a way to have him basically walk to the 5s, turn around, go back to a 4, and then pick another direction. That's essentially what he does. And this guy walks between 5s. So it's through, actually... Like my song. Lost my mind. this is all done via scripting now, and I mean, judge my shitty programming, but with these, what are they called? Tertiary commands? Whatever. To affect what they do. And how long they wait as well, too. And stuff like that. And then additionally, there is, like, this guy makes the moaning sound. He picks a direction. This gets the player's location and then moves towards it or moves randomly. Waits a variable amount, moves forward, so not another random direction. Waits a variable amount, checks again, moves forward again. This guy, this is the one that takes a step forward, so it actually checks to see if you're moving. If you're not, it turns randomly, and then it takes a step forward over here. Otherwise, it takes a step forward and another step forward. And right here is where it waits variably, makes the sound, turns towards the player, and then this repeats. So then it checks to see if you're moving. So it always turns towards you, checks if you're moving, and then moves or doesn't move based on if you're moving. So you better not move. Better watch out, Santa Claus. This guy just goes back and forth. This is super basic. Just moves. But I spent a lot of time, had a lot of fun actually, making routes for enemies. And I hesitate to call it AI. I don't even remember why I did this. Oh, this was an early idea for this before I changed it. It's fun. I'm having a lot of fun learning random JavaScript. Yeah, so if they're on 5, and it turns out I figured out you can do 2 commands with this, which saved the day. So basically when it gets to 5, it turns around, and then after that it's going to make a random choice to go up or down, and then keep going that way. So normally it wouldn't be a square, but there's going to be an area later in particular where I don't want the enemies to move out of a particular area. I want you to kind of like be able to see them moving around randomly, and it's gonna be perfect for that. So they can't get out, but they can still move around and look kind of cool. And additionally, I could even adapt this code to have it check for the player, and if you're close enough, and they can follow you and ignore all of this. But at a certain point, it's a pain in the ass to program like this. Shocking, like with 1 lines of code at a time in a movement route. But that's one of the things I really enjoy about doing this, and why as much as I'm enjoying playing these games I'm playing right now, I kind of want to go back and mess around with these AIs. It's just fun to figure out, like, how do I get this to work with the little my basic programming knowledge. I mean, I know enough to get this working, but how do I work around RPGmaker and all these other systems? I think it's such a fun little challenge. Yeah, having a lot of fun. That's really it, though. I mean, there was like a good week that I spent tooling around with back and forth guy. Well, mainly this guy and this one that walks towards you. I'm trying to think of other various. I need to clean that up too. That's a tile set. I'm trying to think of other enemy behavior types. And then once I get all that down, there is going to be. I really just hate that noise he makes. It's a stupid annoying temp noise. This guy has the. This guy has the sound effect that he'll play randomly, just like the dogs do. They'll bark at a random volume and pitch, or a variable volume and pitch. And so they'll have that as well. And I think that's going to add a lot to the areas. Similar how in Resident Evil, if you went to a room and you're kind of like, hey, what's in this room? And then you'll hear like, oh crap, there's a guy here. That's kind of my aim with it. And the only problem is any changes, like I have these templates, you know, like this is a guy that I can just plop anywhere. But, oh, and he's named Follow if close. Forgot I did that. looks for player. Oh, that's fun. But if I make any changes to that, to the sound effect or anything, I have to go in and either change every instance of this zombie or just go and delete them from where they are and replace them with the new one, which is probably easier. Especially with how everything else works, it's going to be much easier. And then this, like all these routes and things, were kind of to alleviate this the second floor. Let me get off of that weird numbers. Because I have these borders and invisible barriers set up to where when you walk over there, this guy sees you and he's just staring at the wall like an idiot. But as soon as you get here, he starts following you, and so does that guy. And as soon as you get here, this guy and this guy starts following you. And the same as if you leave this room and go there, they see you. But now I have the code to where I can get rid of all that and just have it be, oh, you got too close. You know what I mean? Or I can have this guy be a route. I can have that guy be a route too and have him just walk in a circle because he's an idiot. You know what I mean? Like, it was to get rid of this overcomplicated nonsense to where I literally have like 20 events just for moving these goobers around, and it's not the way to do it. It's just flat out not the way to do it. That's it. There's just still so many games. Games are good, man. Games are good. Not my game, but other games. With God of War coming out, I'm gonna burn through that, and then I think I'm kind of done with anything like super big and pressing until Callisto, which I'm very excited for. This is becoming a little podcast, and then I can get back into it. My original plan was to kind of have a demo ready by the end of the year, but at this point, it's just not gonna happen. Mainly because I'm so lazy playing all these other games that are done. But I don't think I'm that necessarily far away. It doesn't take too long. Stop! I just can't with the temporary sound I got for that guy. It doesn't take that long to redo a room, and I'm gonna look into that later. So I'm not so worried about that. Let's get into combat. Wow, you really walked around him, didn't you? Just really had to walk all the way around. I don't think I have anything. Stab him. But anyway, the demo would be the whole first floor, more or less. And I say whole, but that's not really true. A lot of the first floor. But we'll see how it goes. Yay! Okay, that's it. Merry Christmas. Oh, wait. Happy Halloween? Oh, missed it. You know, there's some holiday in here that we'll get to.